Grown chicks. Those are my big old chicks. Those are my chicks that I take my eggs from to be able to incubate, to be able to get out some more chicks. Hi, I wonder, how many of y'all have ever seen something that's just really just impresses you in a way? It kind of like excites you in a way that it's just kind of, you want to figure out how to be able to do more of it, how to be able to have more of it, how to be able to put yourself around more of it. My name is Mark Anthony DeBose Jr., and I was born July 4th of 1986. And today, it's cold again. We're back getting down. It's supposed to be in the super low temps to come in here this next coming week. That I'm going to try to be ready for it, but I might have to start to change my setup a little bit and get myself close to a fire instead of standing out here and doing what it is that I'm doing. But them big chicks that I have, those are blue copper moraines. Moraines, however you say it. And those chicks really excite me. They when the first time I ever saw one, I saw one in a picture one day, in a magazine that I've gotten one day. And I said to myself, I gotta have a flock of that Oreo out in here. I gotta have a flock down. I gotta have a flock of that. I gotta have 100 of those running around, because that's just so cool looking. They're like this cool gray color. They're super calm. Mine are a little, they run away from me a little bit because I haven't played with them too much, but still, the fact that I never play with them, never do anything with them, that they still don't just go rampage mode when they see me, they're super calm, super relaxed bird. And they lay just the coolest of the eggs, the coolest of the coolest, where the eggs will be green, real dark browns, and real light color greens, dark color greens. It's just a super cool mixture of what you're able to get from it. And I'm just super excited. Hey, Johnny, come here too, man. Get down. Come here and get down. Down. They're just super cool in the concept of what it is that they provide. But the main thing about them that I really do like, the main thing about them that I really do greatly appreciate, is the fact that when I take one that looks like one that looks like another, those ones come right out from it again. Where that's not the case with a lot of these other birds and a lot of this other stuff that's out here, where they're considered hybrids to the point that when you try to breed them, what you breed doesn't come back the same from it, where it's a very confusing situation where I don't know why it is and what's going on today in today's world, that pretty much everything that you buy is like that. You go on any breeding site, any breeding place to try to grab you some baby chicks, and you raise out your baby chicks, and you end up having some baby chicks that's all you can do with them, is have baby chicks. They can just give you eggs, but you can't actually replicate anything from them anymore, where you run into a sticky situation where you have to keep constantly relying on them to keep giving you more and more. I get that for a business model, but I don't get that for a survivalist and trying to make sure that you can have your own and take care of your own and be about your own on this planet, where I don't know why it's like that, why it's going like that. But I really do greatly appreciate being able to take those chickens and I want more. I want a flock of 100 of those running around, because I think they're just so pretty and they're so neat and they're just so awesome that I don't know why. I've come to realize that certain things have changed in my life, that I used to want to have like different stuff, like a nice TV and to have a nice sound system. Well, that's especially big on me, big sound system. I like sound system. I like sound, I like booming sound, I like bass. I like to feel my music. I don't know what it is about that. But I used to be really big on wanting a lot of stuff like that all the time, and always having a desire in me to always just keep on upgrading that stuff and keep on having more and more of that stuff, and keep on thriving to keep researching more and more about how to be able to get that and how to be able to have that and how to be able to keep continuing to gain more of that. But today I realize I care way more about growing and having a flock of chicken, that I like seeing them. I like watching them run around. I like hearing them, especially in the morning when they're waiting for some food and they want some food. The sound that especially the females make is just super unique, especially when you have a whole bunch of them together. That it's a very interesting situation of what it is that they sound like and what it is that they do and how it is that they all are, because they're all individual. They're not the same. And I think that a lot of people think that chicken is chicken. It's like, no, each chicken has its own individual personality. So when you put 50 of them together, you have 50 different personalities running around and acting different, being different, doing different, and saying different stuff and running different ways. And they're all completely different. That's what's super neat about it. It's just Johnny Down. It's just a really neat thing, Johnny Down. Just a really neat thing about how they are and what they're all about, that their uniqueness to them, that there's nothing the same about any single one that I've ever had. That I'll say that's a chicken, and I'll say that that one is different from every single one that I've ever had out here. And every single one keeps on changing in a different way and keeps having a different sort of attitude. And that's just, I don't know, the coolest of the coolest thing that I feel like I'm able to keep on working with, study with, and have a good understanding with. That in reality, before doing this and messing with all this, I thought that chicken was just chicken. The chicken is just chicken. Same with cow is just cow, and donkey is just donkey, and dog is just dog. And no, they all have extremely unique personalities. The same with we as human beings. We're the same way with that. We all have extreme, unique differences about us that makes us who we are. That we may look similar, and that's what I can say with all dogs and with all chicken. And I can say it and use the term all with this one. All dogs, all cows, they all look similar. They look about the same, but they're not the same. They look like there's a little difference in every single one of them. There's a little change in every single one, especially with the breeding program that I'm doing with these guys. That I noticed the baby chicks that came out, they all look a little different. They all have different type of markings. One has even spots on his face, which is kind of cute, and be fascinating to see what that looks like when he grows up. But just they all have a difference to them, that they're not the same in any way. That you can look at every single one and distinguish that, yep, they're all different. And that's how us as human beings are. We're the same exact way. That not a single one of us is the same. Not a single one of us wants the same. Not a single one of us goes the same. Not a single one of us does the same thing at all in any sort of way. That we all may be similar in some ways. We all have similar characteristics with some stuff, but we all always branch off to do something that we do, that we want to be about. And that's why, for me, standing here doing what I'm doing, I know not everybody wants to do this. I know not everybody cares to do this. I know not everybody has anything to do about wanting to do this. But there's something that I'm going to say that is just a very, very interesting thing that I just come to just realize, though, that being outside, going outside, I feel like that's something that everything enjoys, everything likes. That the more and more we stay cooped up inside the house, the more and more we stay inside and just don't do anything and watch TV shows and even cook our meals and do everything inside, the more and more we're getting away from nature, the more and more we're getting away from our true selves, to be able to express ourselves, to be able to do something with ourselves, to be able to have a good understanding of what's going on out here. And the more and more that I come to realize that that's kind of one way that we're able to find out more of our uniqueness that we have with ourselves. That inside, we can't find our uniqueness. Inside, we can't figure out what it is that we are wanting to do, care to do, need to do, want to make happen on this planet. That we just stay very, very small and closed-minded. But when you get outside, you start to realize and recognize and see something just absolutely massive, absolutely amazing. Just unlimitedness is what you see outside. And I'm not sure why more and more people aren't quite looking at it like that. We live in the scarcity mindset, but when you go outside and you start to drive around, you start to look around, you start walk around, you start to take a bike and go around, you start to get on a canoe and go down to the water and start to look around, you start to notice some things. Like, there is an unlimited amount of stuff out here for all of us to be able to use and be able to utilize. But we get stuck. We get stuck because we stay in these apartment complexes, we stay in these massive cities, and we just want to get closer and closer and closer to each other, to the point that we don't see any of the unlimitedness that's out here, that we just constantly keep thinking that there's not enough and there's too many people, and we don't have enough people to be able to spread around, to be able to stay around, and we can't feed all these people, we can't take care of all these people. It's like, yeah, because you live in these really, really tight cities, and you don't actually go and get out into the country area. You don't get out into where the unlimitedness is still at, that you're still just staying really, really confined inside of the area that you're in, that you're not able to see the true magnificentness that's out here with everything that God has been able to give for us and be able to allow us to be able to use and be able to utilize on this planet. And I feel like more and more of us really should just branch out a little bit to be able to figure out what that uniqueness about us is. That the more and more that you stay inside of the cities, the more and more that you stay inside of real small little neighborhoods and stay around people all the time, the more and more you're going to be more and more similar, I would say, and not have and be able to express your uniqueness. The more and more similar you're going to be to everybody else, where I'm going to know exactly what to say to you to get you to know to like this, don't like this. I know what you like. I know what you don't like. I know what you like to talk about. I know where you like to go. I know where you like to hang out. I just know so much about you based on where you're living and what you're doing, because you're just living the same programming that everyone else around you is doing. You're getting the same information as everyone else around you is getting. You're going to all the same exact places. You're doing all the same stuff. You're talking to all the same people, and you're not doing anything different. You're not doing anything unique. You're just doing the same old, same old. So that's something that I feel like how it makes it easy for someone a human being to be able to control people in reality, to be able to get them to do what it is that they want them to do, because they know where you're going to go. They know how you eat. They know what you're going to eat. They know everything about you, because you haven't branched out to figure out your own uniqueness to be able to maximize yourself in your life. That you're just doing what everyone else is doing because you see someone do it and you feel like, oh, I want to do that, and just do that. Instead of seeing something, do something that's just like a little outside of the box, a little bit, a little different. You know, nothing new, nothing revolutionary, nothing that's just like, oh my God, look at that technology. That technology is just the awesome of the awesome. No, I'm talking even going backwards in a way. Backwards in a way to be able to figure out more about yourself, to be able to figure out more about what it is that you want to do and you want to be about, to be able to figure more out about yourself. To be able to get yourself to be able to do some things that you never even considered, you never thought of. All right, let's get down. Both of y'all acting like super anxious today. We good. I know it's chilly, but y'all not chilly like I'm chilly. So don't feed off of me. Stop feeding off of me. Stay down. Thank you. I'm chilly. I know I'm shivering, but I'm fine. I'm good. Thank you. You need to branch out and be able to do something, to be able to figure out your uniqueness, to be able to do something. And something that I'm saying is not getting on your computer even and trying to figure out some new stuff, some new program to build, to get out and put your hands in something, to get your hands a part of something, to dig deep with something, to go and get you a dog and get you a nice dog, get your dog looking really nice, get your dog really tuned up to be able to take them anywhere and everywhere and be able to have some fun with them, to be able to do some cool tricks with them, to even maybe join a club with them, to do something fun with them. And just to be around some more animals, be around some more trees, be around some more water, be around some more grass, be around some more everything that is just a little bit different than what you're used to doing on a day-to-day basis, so that you can start to experience a little bit more about you and yourself and be able to get a better understanding of what this planet is actually able to offer to you. And I feel like most of us just don't do that because we look at it like it's work. And I'm telling you, it's not work. It's definitely not work. And the more and more that you get into it, the more that you're really going to start to have a good understanding of it's not work, and it starts to become a really fun, interesting thing to be able to do, and to be able to make sure that you keep on wanting to continue to keep pushing that. It's like with me with those chickens, those blue, they're gray. I think they're a gray in color. They're blue. They say they're blue, but I think they're like gray. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird what I see from them compared to what people explain it to me. So my color is off a little bit, I would say. But man, my face is even frozen out here. But I can feel it in my jaw. But well, those chickens are something that to me, when I was first looking at chicken, I first started paying attention to chicken. I started raising some chicken. I started doing some things with chicken. I started to have I want to have a specific type of chicken because I just thought that was cool. I thought that it was neat. And then I tried to figure out how to do that. And then now I'm getting so deep that I'm trying to be able to figure out how to replicate my own, because those specific baby chicks, I don't know why. But also at the same time, I do know why I started to like them, because they're pricey. They're an expensive, not so regular chicken. So I was like, I want to get into that, so then I can sell those baby chicks and I can make an income from that somehow. And so I got me a small flock of them and decided to start working with that, start to go with that. It's all a risk, it's all chance, but I was just figuring out how to be able to do that. And then now that I look at them, now that I'm around them, now that I get to see them more, I can see something completely different. I see something completely different about life in general, as just everything. That I just see something reproduce right in front of me, and something that I'm able to even assist with, to be able to help them do that and help them make that out. That it's the neatest thing. Especially watching those baby chicks come out of that incubator and come out and start running around chirping, and I feed them their first food and show them where their first bit of water is, and watch them do what they do, and watch them just keep growing up, because right now they're all about a little over 2 weeks. Where are we at? They're 2 weeks old now. Moving on 3 weeks old. So yeah, they're moving on to their third week. So they're all starting to grow and starting to gain their feathers and it's just the coolest thing. It's just so neat. And it's something for me that I just watched and had experience with that just really starts to just show me what I feel like truly matters on this planet. Instead of figuring out what new computer system I want, what new TV system I want, what new vehicle system I want, what new sound system I want, any of that stuff is just not the same in comparison to the level of excitement that you get when you start to just really upgrade and start playing with some animals, start playing with some trees, start playing with some grass, start playing with some water, start playing with some sand and the dirt and the ground. And when you really start to get into that things really do start to change for you in a way that you start to appreciate things differently. I feel like you start to see the world a little bit differently. You start to embrace the world a little bit differently. You start to just really, really appreciate what it is that we have and what it is that we're able to use, and what it is that everything is about us around here, that you just really want to just start to upgrade your life in a different sort of way, that it's not the norm. And being of not the norm is something that really starts to make you stand apart from what everything is and what everything is that's doing around here and is doing just everything doing. Because it's one thing that I do know is the norm is to like be depressed and to be anxious and to be sad and to be irritated and to be frustrated and to be raging and to be doing all that. That's like the norm. That's like what for some reason the norm is. And that's why I want you to not be a part of that norm. I want you to be a part of, hey Oreo, let's get down. I want you to be a part of, let's stay down. I want you to be a part of doing something completely different, being a part of something completely different, being able to do something completely different, so that you're not in the norm. Because being in the norm, being depressed and being sad and being anxious and being all that stuff is just it's no good at all. It's not at all what you're intended to be about on this planet. It's not at all what you're intended to experience at all. And like I always talk about living your life for experience, that why would you want to live your life in experience of just always feeling a sense of a doubt, a sense of frustration, a sense of envy, a sense of just jealousy, a sense of all that why would you want to be a part of that? Wouldn't you want to do something different, be something different and get around something different so that you're not around that and not doing that? And I'm going to tell you one thing up front is surrounding yourself around some animals and surrounding yourself around some nature and surrounding yourself around some animals that are in nature is something that is absolutely amazing, to be able to transform your level of thinking, to be able to see the world differently than any way that you've ever possibly seen it so far. That some of us, I feel like, go into nature and go into it in a sense of looking for destruction, looking to try to destroy it, looking to try and see what we can get from it to try and satisfy our needs, when that's not the route that you really should be going when you're really looking at nature. You should be looking at it in a way of how can it help you and not destroy it, and how to make it look better, how to be able to make it grow better, how to be able to make it function better and not destroy it. Because if you go in just trying to be destructive, such as just going in grabbing you a high-powered rifle with 30 rounds and a magazine in it and going into the woods and try to kill every single deer that you see just because, like, that's just going in for destruction. That's just setting yourself up for failure. But you really have to have a good understanding of, like, selection, a natural selection, of knowing don't take the biggest one out, because if you take the biggest one out, how's he going to breed the others to have another big one? And there's just certain things that you really want to be able to pay attention to be able to upgrade your life, to be able to make sure that you're taking care of nature and you're not destroying it, that you're not throwing all your bottles into the water, that you're not throwing all your trash into the trees, that you're not throwing all your garbage all around, just all on the ground, that you're out there trying to take care of it to get it better and to see it in a better place, in a better situation, that you're not trying to destroy it. Because if you just go in for destruction, I mean, just stay away. Just don't get in it, because it's not for you. But at the same time, I feel like, I don't know why, I feel like if you go into it with the sense of destruction, something's going to overwhelm you. Something's going to come to you. Something's going to make you change your heart with saying you shouldn't have did that. Like, so you shouldn't have made that happen. You shouldn't have treated that tree that way. You shouldn't have threw all that trash over there like that. You shouldn't have killed all those animals like that. Like, something is going to come to you. It's going to overwhelm you. And it's going to really just try to get inside of you to just really make you feel a little guilty about what it is that you've done, to make you try to go back to try to redo and refix and make happen what it is that you did mess up. And if you couldn't fix what you messed up before that, you're going to go around and try to find something else to try to fix, to make better, to do better with it. That I don't know why, but I just feel like that's the power of God. That's the world that I live in reality, that I live in the world of when you do something on a negative stance, when you do something that was ruthless, when you do something that was evil, that you kind of just you feel a little ashamed about it, that you want to kind of change it up and try to help out and try to make it better, that you're not going to want to stay on that route and keep going down that route and keep doing that route, knowing that it's just leading for destruction, that it's not helping you out doing to just be ruthless and just to be evil and just to be doing stuff like that something's going to come and conflict you to change up your life a little bit, to make you want to do something different. But the more and more that I keep on raising these chickens, and the more and more I keep on staying out here and doing this out here, and the more and more I keep even just standing out here and just standing here right now and just feeling this coldness, that it's seriously like taking my whole face out, that it's hard for me to even talk right now for some reason. I'm not just able to just like, it's like freezing me up. Yeah, I'm not going to say nada, but I'm just not a cold weather type person. That I don't know what the deal is, that I grew up in the cold. I moved to the colder place, joined the military. And then out of there, I moved to another cold place. And then I went back to Illinois where it's cold. And I'm just not used to it. Even though living over 24, 25 years of my life in the cold, that I'm just not used to this. It's something that is just, it's rough for me. It's really, really challenging for me. But it's something for me to be able to just, well, I got that propane heater right there. I might use that next time, but it might be a little too loud. But it's just something about standing out here and being out here that's just, it's so refreshing that I will say the colder and colder that it does get, that when it is cold out, it's crisp. It's like clean. It's like there's no bugs, there's no anything going on. It's so fresh. It's so fresh. It's so natural. It's so real. It's something that is just like, it's eye-opening, and it really changes. Just for me, it changes the way that I look at some things and think about some things when I sit out here, especially when I watch a lot of videos of these people that travel the world, that go to all these other countries and all these other places, that I can stand here and be in this cold and realize that I can go inside of that house after I make this video and get warmed up real quick, sit in front of a heater, and or make a fire and sit in front of a fire, and or get my oven going and sit in front of the oven, and or set my electric blanket on to get my heated blanket going, and just sit in there and or get some water. See, I got so many methods to be able to make sure that I can stay warm, that I could get some water going on, hot water going, and get that steaming up a little bit, and just even sit in front of that. I've got so many different methods to be able to keep myself warm, that it's an absolute blessing for me to be able to have this opportunity to be able to do this and to be able to have what it is that I have, that I'm very, very grateful for being able to have all this. That in reality, every single method that I talked about keeping myself warm has nothing to do with keeping the whole house warm. And that's something that I feel like I still don't use and utilize to use my heater to keep the whole house cold, because it's just kind of, I feel like that's overboard. I feel like it's very, very much overboard for a one person just to keep a whole house warm just because. But that's something that's just internal with me, that just damages me up. But the more and more that I'm out here and I do this, it's just the more and more that I feel more just excited about the future of what it is to come, because I could just see the greatness that's out here all the time. I could see the awesomeness that's always out here all the time. I could see just how amazing the life is that's out here, that's just constantly helping me gain more and more every single day. Like even those chickens, if I decide, I don't want to breed them, I can at least still take their eggs every single day and eat them and consume them and be able to have them. Like today, I just have two chickens, and 2 chickens is enough for me. That's actually overkill for me. I usually have an abundance, that I've been giving some of them to my dog a little bit. But those 2 chickens lay me enough eggs to be able to satisfy what I need to be able to eat. And then I don't even know how many's in there right now. I think there's 7 in there. But there's 7 in there that can just keep me definitely satisfied for a real long time, to just keep on eating and eating and eating. It's something it's just the neatest of the neatest. And that's why I want a flock of about 100, maybe 200. Of that specific looking bird, of that color of that bird, just to keep on a nice breeding style, to be able to allow more and more people to be able to have the same opportunity, because those chickens are able to just keep going they can do it all on their own. They don't need me to get into the middle of them. And that's something that's neat about a lot of things that are out here, and a lot of stuff that nature has to offer, that it could take care of itself, and it can multiply by itself, and it could just keep on cruising all on itself, and it doesn't really need too much human intervention on being able to get done what it needs to get done. And that's something that's just so amazing to me. It's so, I don't know why, but it's just so amazing to me to be able to watch things grow and to watch things just keep multiplying. It's like, watch my cows even. They just grow and grow and grow. And those chickens, they can lay their eggs and lay on them and raise them up and take care of them and do everything that they need to do all themselves. And the goats are able to do that exact same thing. And everything's able to do that. But it's just, it's so fascinating for me to be able to be a part of this, and to be able to take care of this. And it just really shows me how great this world really is, and how awesome this world really is, and what this world is really able to offer. And it's not just how to be able to get some things, and how to be able to get a new car and a new house and a new none of that, because none of that, I'm telling you, is ever going to make you feel satisfied. It's going to be the stuff that you have around your house in reality that's going to make you feel satisfied, which you're actually taking care of. And when you start taking care of life, when you start taking care of things that are needing to grow up from your assistance, and you being able to give it food, and you being able to give it water, and you being able to give it a shelter, and being able to give it all it needs to get, that there's something about that is just going to really transform who you are and what you are. And it could be just even a simple dog, that if you have a dog that's just going wild, they're going crazy, like, do something about it. Get it fixed, get it working, get it on board. Because the better and better that you start to work on that animal, the better and better that you start to get that animal in a better place, the more that you're just really going to start to understand the awesomeness of this planet, because the more that you're going to be able to take them around for one, and be able to be more free for one, be able to not have to worry about your door and all that being open all the time for one. Like you're going to be able to upgrade your life to be able to do some awesome things. That the more that we start to take care of some of these animals, the more that we really start to trigger our inside, like our just our happiness is what I'm going to say. Like we have this level of excitement inside of us that when we see what we're working on starting to grow and starting to go, we just get satisfied. And at the same time, if it isn't growing, if it's going, but that's kind of the part that I'm going to say, that if your stuff isn't growing and getting better, you're just neglecting it. You're not taking care of it, and neglect is something that is very, very, very damaging for us to be able to be a part of. That we need to make sure that we're staying on top of what it is, and we need to stay on top of, because otherwise things are just going to start to go downhill. That I think just me, just Mark Anthony DeBose Jr., born July 4th, 1986. I think that we have an internal understanding of how to be able to take care of, manage, and maintain all of these animals. I think that we already know it. We already know how to grow some things. We already know how to do all of it. It's just a matter of us just actually getting up and actually doing it, and actually putting in the action to make it happen. That I think that we already have a very, very good understanding of how to do it all. Just automatic, born and raised. We already have this inside of us, that we know how to take care of some stuff. We know how to make stuff stay alive, because it's an interesting situation. That it's not like we take a class or go to school or try to do anything on how to raise a child up in any sort of way, but yet you take a child that is so fragile, so innocent, so tiny, so needy, that we somehow know how to be able to keep that little boy or that little girl alive, to just be able to turn into an adult, to be able to move on with their life. How is that possible? There's no school for that. There's no information for that. There's no studying for that. There's no research for that. You just do it. You just do it. You just literally have a baby. Baby comes out, baby's there, and you're just like, oh, shucks, here we go. Like, it's proven all the time. There's like literally 12-year-old, 13-year-old girls and stuff today that are having babies, that they're perfect. I mean, that's been going on for before, like forever. That's nothing new today. But it's a very, very unfortunate situation today, that I will say that it's a little disturbing, because you got a little bit more that you really need to be doing, that really need to be taken care of. Yeah, buddy. But it's not like we have any sort of work that we got to do to be able to figure out how to be able to make that happen. That we just do it. We just get it done. We have it inside of us to know how to be able to do a whole lot of things. That it's like an automatic autopilot that we just know. And when we get in it, we just start doing it. We just start making it happen, and it just starts growing. And we just watch it start multiplying, and we just start getting excited with what it is that we see. That the more and more that we don't do that, the more that we're just kind of like not fading away, that we forget about it, but fading away from the concept of us knowing that you're losing your creativity, is what I guess I would say from it. Your understanding of how to be able to make it so simple, your understanding of knowing that I don't really need this and I don't really need that, I could just do that and everything is going to be fine with it. That we're losing some of that behind it. The more that you just wait, the more that you keep on delaying, the more that you just try to fight, and the more that you try to just stay away from it, the more that you just try to say that you don't know, and the more that you try to say, it doesn't make sense to me. And I'm going to say it, all of this out here makes sense. It all makes sense, taking care of all of these animals, raising all these animals and giving these animals what it is that they need. It makes sense, because they speak to you. They may not speak English or whatever language that it is that you speak, but if you listen to me, you definitely speak English, because that's all I know how to speak. I'm learning Spanish right now, and I'm going to figure that out. I want to be very semi-fluent in being able to speak Spanish, because I know it's a whole lot of people all around the world. A lot of people speak Spanish for some reason. They don't really speak a whole lot of English. Speak a lot of Spanish. Pretty much a lot of places you go to, they speak a lot of Spanish. It's a different tone of it, different way of it, but something that I definitely am trying to learn on. But the animals all speak a language that we totally understand, that they look at us and they say stuff and they move in a certain way and they act in a certain way that we're able to really just be able to pick up and understand. It's not something that's just, I'm going to say, unique with me. No, that's something that we all have, something in us that just totally understands the animals, because otherwise we just wouldn't ever have any. Nobody would have a dog inside of their home if they didn't have a good understanding of how to be able to communicate with it. The main thing is consistency, and the main thing is neglect nowadays. That we are being neglectful because we are concentrating more on other things, like our our video games and our what is that other stuff? The social media stuff that we're focused more on that we're not actually putting our time into our animals, that we're just neglecting them, and we're not doing what it is to be able to get them into a nice place and have them be nice dogs and have them be nice animals. That we're putting it on the side and we're not really concentrating a lot on taking care of them and making them a priority, as opposed to making everything else a priority. That you'd spend 3 hours on trying to make yourself look better and trying to find the right outfit and trying to have the right makeup and trying to have the right accessories and try to have the right anything, that you don't spend those 3 hours in making sure that your animals are good to go and are set up. That it's got nothing to do with the fact that we don't know. It's just the fact that we just don't do. And the more that we don't do, the more that we're just struggling as a human being. We just totally are. Because the more that you start working with some of this stuff, the more that you start doing a lot of this stuff out here, the more that you start taking care of some stuff out here, I'm telling you, you're going to only just keep watching and see your life just keep upgrading and moving into a different sense and into a different world that you never were a part of. And then you're going to start caring about some things that just are completely different. And then you're going to start wanting to do a little bit more and starting to always just keep doing more is the main thing that I just want to say with some things, that we are all unique. And we all have a very unique thing that we should all be striving to try to work with and be a part and start to do. Because like, just for me, I like a specific animal, a specific species that I enjoy working around and being around and getting a good understanding with. This some chicken. That your uniqueness is a different animal and a different species and a different thing. And it could be a plant, it could be a vegetation, it could be some rocks, it could be whatever it is that you have, whatever it is in you that you really just enjoy and have a good time with and have a good I want to know more about, to the point of you just never quit on wanting to know more about it. And we should be expressing more of that uniqueness so that we can figure out more how to be able to actually take care of this planet, instead of just being destructive and destroying this planet, doing something valuable to this planet instead of just sitting here doing something that is trying to demolish this planet. And in reality, there's no way to say demolish this planet, because God has already said what it is he's going to say, and everything's already written out in the ways that the planet is going to go. But there's just some stuff that I just personally see around that I just know that we are damaging as a human being, and we shouldn't be doing such. There's some areas and some land and some stuff that we do that is just super destructive for absolutely no reason, when we've got resources that are all around for us to be able to use and be able to utilize, that some people are hurting and struggling, and we just throw some of those resources away, and we just demolish a lot of those resources because we just do. And that's something that is just, to me, just unacceptable. The way that we just tear trees down just to turn it into mulch, just to burn it. It's just such a waste for you to do that and then come in with a new one and plant a new little baby one down and just keep on that cycle going, thinking that that's the progression that we should be going. That's just absolute destruction, and that's something that we definitely should be changing. And with that said, I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for the opportunity for me to be able to have these chicks out here to be able to do what it is that I want to do. Even that chick behind me that just walked by, that's another one of those blue copper moraines. He's just got a more the color in him. He's got more, I think there's 4 or 5 different colors that they come in, and he's got more of a different color that I'll be using him to breed with them, to see what kind of chicks come from that as well, to figure out more, to get more assistance. And I'm just so thankful to be able to have these, and thankful for the person that even had them, for me to even be able to get them, because they're not something that's just, it's laying around all the time. That it's something that it's very specific, and I wanted something very specific, and I was able to get something very specific because of something that I was really wanting. And it's something that I just it's cool, and it's neat to be able to see every day. It's neat to be able to collect their eggs every day, to keep on loading. So this first week I'll be loading their own eggs, but outside of the first batch that I've already done, I'll be doing that every single week, and hatching out eggs every single week, and raising out baby chicks every single week. And I'll be getting onto that cycle, and I don't even care that it's cold out, but in reality they kind of do better when it's cold out like this, as opposed to it being super hot. Because when it's super hot, it's just it's tough. It's tough when it's 110 degrees out here to raise them, because they only want it to be about 95 to 100 degrees. But if you when they get past that, they get hot, they get sweaty, they don't want to grow their feathers out, they want to get heat exhaustion, they just it's rough for them. So around here doing it in the wintertime is kind of the best ideal way to go, especially if I'm hatching out at least 15 at a time. Then they'll be good to go. But hopefully I'll be doing about 30 at a time, so I'll be getting about 30 a week right now, and then just keep on trying to grow and grow and grow that to the point of just awesomeness, because it's just cool. For one, a cool picture, and I'm just so thankful for the idea of even that. Just I want to have the experience of having over 100 of those females out there running around just for a cool picture, just to have that, and plus that, be able to have an extreme amount of egg supply to be able to supply to people around here, to be able to help people out. I'm just so thankful to be able to be a part of this, to be able to have this. And I'm so thankful for the fact that these animals are able to like help me out in a way. They help me out in being able to keep me to survive, because yes, I do consume them to be able to keep on surviving, to keep on doing what it is that I'm doing, and also at the same time to be able to keep my mind focused and dialed in on being able to do something other than myself, do something that's just awesome. Because I could just sit and try to clean my beard up, keep it all perfect every day, and find my clothes up and get them all perfect every day, and make sure they're all ironed perfect all the time, and spending all this time to just like make myself look better, and spending all this time to try to just, you know, working out for 4 hours a day, and doing certain things for so much just to make myself look better, instead of trying to take care of some other stuff. And I'm so thankful to be able to upgrade my life, to be able to move into a different direction of taking care of other stuff, instead of trying to just focus on myself and me and just my mind, and trying to make sure that I'm good. It's like it's cool to be able to put my brain around, to be able to let something else have my energy and have my focus, so that I can start worrying more about what really does truly matter on this planet, instead of just trying to be all on my own in reality. And I'm just so thankful to be able to have all of this, to be able to do this. And I'm so thankful for these dogs, even that they still, especially this one, I don't, not that I don't care, but I enjoy the fact, yeah, Oreo, I enjoy the fact that he still just wants to keep pushing me. He wants to keep challenging me. He wants to still keep, you sure? But he's an excessive, extreme, high energy dog that I know he doesn't look like it right here, right now, the way that I'm able to keep him in control. But he is an extreme, high energy dog that is just like a go. He is so high energy, and he is so much fun, and he is always keeping me on my toes. He is always just letting me know what it is that I still need to keep continuing to work on, and what it is that I still need to keep growing up into, and he's just an absolutely awesome dog, and I'm just so thankful to be able to have him, and I really want another one, and I think that will be the next puppy that I end up getting. If not a puppy, I want to get a 9-month to a 1-year-old to be able to start raising and train it differently than I trained him. He works off my rage and off my anger that I used to have, that I used to be about. I used to just be so mad and so angry, and that's how he works. And I want a dog that works off of compassion, that works off of a better balance than just wanting to go in and attack when he's ready to go to work. Because when he's ready to go to work, I mean, he's serious. He dead serious. He is extreme serious. He is tough. He is super tough, and that's something that I really do enjoy, and I really do like about him. But sometimes he's a little too tough, and I want to be able to figure out, I want to be able to test and challenge and do some different things and do some different stuff to be able to figure out a different method, a different way, a different understanding. But I'm so thankful that he keeps me engaged, he keeps me going, he keeps me always like just wanting to do more, wanting to be better, wanting to make more happen. And I'm so excited about that. And he really just brings a lot out of me, brings a lot to me, that the more I keep working with him, the more I keep doing with him, the more and more I just realize how awesome this planet and how awesome this world is, and how awesome God really truly is. Because he's just a dog that's just paired straight directly to me. He's awesome. He's all with me in the same way. And I can even say with all my free running animals that I have out here, that especially these chickens that are free running, that run around out here and do what they do, that there's this little boy just Johnny, let's get down. That just they all have a very interesting character to them, that just is a reflection of me in reality. That it's super cool, it's super neat to be around, it's super neat to see. And that's why for me, some of my animals are tough. They're very tough, especially the ones that are over 2 years old. They are tough, because that's just what I've always been about me and my stuff around, that you get off my stuff, and this is my area, and I'm very, very just like just isolated, I guess I would say, that I created my animals to be that exact same way. So in reality, you try to come here and you're not supposed to be here, this dog will bite you, because that's what he's supposed to do, and that's what he needs to do, that he's going to protect this area, he's going to protect this situation that's going on out here, and he's serious. He's not a joke, he's not no games. And this dog right here is going to bark at you, but he don't know what to do past that, because he doesn't have, I mean, he literally doesn't have any balls, because someone cut him off, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Johnny. I wish you still had that, but it is what it is. Not that doesn't make him not want to be able to fight and not want to get into that battle, but it changes him up for sure a whole lot, and a lot differently. And with that said, I want to head on out of here, because I'm frozen. I'm frozen to the point of frozen. Hey, Oreo, let's get down. Johnny, let's get down. I'm frozen on frozen, standing out here and being out here, that I want to upgrade my jacket to a different type of jacket soon enough, and get one of those nice electric jackets, or I just need to start up a fire and start sitting in front of a fire more often. But I think that's going to be my route that I'm going to go in reality, because that's a cheaper way and a better way of being able to take care of the environment. Be able to get rid of a lot of this brush that I have out here that I need to get rid of. But I just hope that something that I say, something that I do, something that I show is able to inspire you to want to do something a little different than what you've been doing, if you've never been able to be around a lot of this. And if you were before, to like try to figure out how to be able to get yourself back into it again, because I'm telling you, it is awesome. It is able to upgrade your life to be able to do some awesome things on this planet. Y'all can get up. Be good.